Maybe around 3% under the new GST regime. Sources tell ET Now that the government is also unlikely to cut import duty on gold on fears of a spike in smuggling. Audrija Chatterjee, who broke that story this morning, joins in with exclusive details. Audrija, import duty clearly is a big bone of contention. Is North Block likely to give in to the demand of a cut in import duty?
Tax incidence on gold after the implementation of GST is going to remain the same. What we're getting to know is the Finance Ministry is keen on having a 3% GST rate on gold, which would also imply that the North Block is not in favor of having a cut in the import duty of this precious metal. There has been enough speculation about an import duty cut on gold for a while now. What we're getting to know is that the reason for not wanting a cut in the import duty on gold is specifically that the Finance Ministry does not want any market disruption which could be caused by any such cut on import duty, as well as a cut in the import duty could be trouble for government's gold bond scheme, which is one of their flagship schemes for which the interest rate is already fixed. But on the other hand, according to the recommendations that have been made by the industry to the Finance Ministry, what they are seeking for is a 4% cut on gold import duty and a 6% GST rate on gold, which would bring the total taxation on this precious metal to around 12%. The industry has also asked for the Finance Ministry to ensure that the incidence of tax on the gold remains the same, and not only on the precious metal but also a same rate should be ensured on the gold jewelry making charges. This is an extremely interesting and important recommendation when it comes to the precious metal. However, a 3% rate seems to be likely because the Finance Ministry is in favor of that, and no cut on import duty on gold, a final decision of which is probably going to come from the Prime Minister's office, according to our sources, as the GST Council is only going to be involved in giving a ceremonial nod on this decision.
Metal stocks and precious metal stocks reacted very sharply in trade when we put out that story. If you can put up the gold counters for you, it will give you a sense of the impact that our story did have. Meanwhile, Revenue Secretary Hasmukh Adhia said that there would be a special rate for precious metals like gold and diamonds. Adhia also said that the council was yet to take a decision on the rate because it will fall outside of the GST ambit. Let's listen in.
ये भी डिसाइड हुआ है कि जो प्रेशियस मेटल डायमंड गोल्ड एंड उसके ऑर्नामेंट्स उसके ऊपर एक स्पेशल रेट कोई डिसाइड करेंगे. अभी तक वो रेट डिसाइड किया नहीं है. इट कैन बी एनीथिंग बट द काउंसिल हैज येट टू डिसाइड. एंड वो मतलब 2% हो सकता है, 3% हो सकता है, 4%, 5%, 6%. काउंसिल हैज येट टू डिसाइड, बट दैट इज वन रेट विच विल फॉल आउटसाइड द स्लैब. इसलिए काउंसिल ने डिसीजन लिया है कि उसके बारे में हम अलग से डिस्कशन करके डिसीजन लेंगे.